I've mentioned it a lot, but I think it's quite important for us to drill into the details here. So just from a high level perspective, your brand is best understood as how others speak of you when you're not in the room. This is not what you think of yourself. This is how you come across to other people. I had a reputation for being very hardworking in law school, but sometimes a bit cold. I didn't know that because as a person, I'm actually quite compassionate. For most of us, we have an external persona, and then we have the person we are when we're in more close, intimate settings. Anything else that starts to appear very opposite, like warm and friendly or cold and a bit standoffish, it means you haven't fully integrated these parts of yourself together. So I want you to know, first of all, doing a baseline audit. How do I come across in these different environments? That's the first step. The second is, what do I want to be able to project? And how can I adjust accordingly? So this is all about self-observation and behavior management. Remember that when you get into the interview process, a lot of this is going to come across unconsciously. So the question that you have to ask yourself in the process of what brand do I have and then what brand do I want to build is the following. What do I consistently show up? Like, in what ways do I consistently show up as when I'm solving a problem, when I'm engaging in a new situation, or I'm encountering new people? How do I want to show up in these? And think about how you're going to incorporate that into your brand. Finally, I want to encourage you to think about your core principles and beliefs, because all of us are a work in progress. But based on the person I aspire to become, what qualities do I need to start building from now? Ask yourself currently, where do you spend your time, energy, financial, and emotional resources? And if this is not indicative of who you truly want to be, if this is not indicative of where you'd like to see yourself in 5 or 10 years, behavioral change happens at this level. If you spend your time eating junk food, but you want to be somebody who's healthy, that's a problem and you'll need to fix it. If you spend your emotional resources cutting other people down instead of being a leader who builds people up, think about how you engage in gossip in school, or think about how often you breathe life into people and encourage them around you, and shift your behavior away from one towards the other. There's no better time than now to start making these changes. Who you are isn't who you always have to be. Being intentional about your brand is actually being intentional about the professional and the person you're trying to become. And I think that's a really noble pursuit. So I want all of you to take this portion very seriously.